Alright, so today I'm going to show you a video of all the products I use every morning. I'll put a product description of everything I use in the description. These are just things I use every single day. The first one is Dermalogica, their special cleansing gel. I swear by this product. And when I run out and I try to switch to something else just to, save money before repurchasing it, I always get another breakout. So this has cured my problem that I have of just occasional breakouts, and I typically don't break out maybe one if my period by using this every day. So I swear by that. The next one is a product called a 3-in-1 from a company called DHC, which is an Asian company. I've been using them for years. The product is like a vitamin C, but stronger. And it really just keeps my skin bright and moisturized. I use it in the morning and at night. The next one I also use in the morning and night is the Caffeine and Turmeric eye cream. I put a little too much on there, but I just scraped the rest into the same container as DHC for tomorrow. It does leave like a white cast, so you can't put too much, but over time, I feel like it has brightened up my under eye area. It also, since it's a little brighter when I put my concealer and foundation on, it's even a little more brighter because of that under layer. And so right now I'm just kind of putting it on, smearing it in. I also put in any areas that are kind of dark, so I might pass my hand over any spots that are on my face as well. The next one is just some kind of glow serum moisturizer. I do have this one that I got from Marshall's. I have another one that I use from Glow, which is a watermelon one, and they both work exactly the same. It's kind of like a serum that leaves a nice glow underneath whatever foundation that I use. Now, today I'm just getting ready for my day. I have a couple of Zoom call meetings, so I'm not looking to put a full face. I'm just looking to look woken up and refreshed and hydrated. Then this is my Fenty number 17. This is just the Ease Drop, so it's not going to be full coverage. It's kind of like a BB cream or a CC cream. There is a little bit of coverage on it, and it completely fades into your skin tone after, but it does have a really nice blurring. So it could look like my skin's just a little more clear than it actually is, but it's not a full coverage makeup. Now, if you notice, I do have really, really dry skin. It starts to peel a little bit after I put those two products. So I just kind of dust it off, which is just the product curling up. And once I dust that off, it's perfectly fine and moisturized. I need to pluck some of those chin hairs. The next thing I do is I put a concealer on. This is just the mineral, concealer. It's pretty close to the skin tone, so it's not a brightening one. It's pretty much close to the foundation color. But I put it in the under eye dark areas. I find that when my under eyes are dark, I look tired, even though I may not be, so I kind of just brighten up those areas with nothing that's too bright. But like I said, I had that caffeine underneath, which is kind of leaves a little bright white cast, and so this on top of it just brightens it all up. I pass it all over my eyelids at a base for my eyeshadow and any other spots that I may find that I have. The next thing I do is I take a little bit of, which is like a blush, but it's like a bronzer. It's from Sephora. I'll show you the palette in the image in a little bit, but I'll also put the description, like I said, on the bottom. It really just is a light brown that I love, and I use it just to kind of tint my skin in certain areas. And you really can't tell overall what it's doing, but when my whole look is put together, it does work really, really nice. And that's the palette that I was talking about. Inside of it, there's also a gold color that I will use just for my lids. Remember, this is just an everyday look. This is not me dressing up to go out anywhere. I'm just literally trying to look awake. So I'll put that gold color all over my lids, and then I'll use that same brown color that I used on my cheeks and by my chin area to create a shadow that's a little higher than my natural shadow. I do have hooded eyes, and so by putting that darker color slightly above where my hood is, it does create a little more space, or a look of a little more space on my eyelids. And again, I'm not putting it too tight. I'm really just blending it in so that shadow is a bit higher. And this is a really rushed job. I think I had 15 minutes before I needed to be on a meeting call. And again, with that same brown, just kind of darkening up by my nose. Not a true contour, just a shadow. And then I have a really bright concealer that I use to hide my bags. There's no particular way. I kind of just trace along where those the shadow bag line is, and I use while it's sitting there, I'll use my Fenty Blush to wake my cheeks up. I'll put the color in the description, but this is really nice glow that it gives you without looking like you have tons of blush on. I also put that same color slightly on my lids. Then I'll use the Truffle Fenty Contour Stick just to create a little more depth. And then I'll use a small blender that I have. I think it was a piece of another blender just to blend that out. Then I use a serum. It's completely clear, just to comb up my brows and lay them out. I do have my brows done, which was the best thing I've ever done. They're powder browed, but they do need their touch up. And so I'll just use my Urban Decay to get any lines or any spots that I need to darken. And then I'll use a mascara with a very thin wand. I don't necessarily have a problem with volume, but I do like it to look longer. So the thinner mascara wand allows me to stretch those lashes out and make them look longer without making them look fuller. Now I used to use like falsies, like false lashes, getting extensions done, and because I love to wash my face and scrub my whole face, it was just definitely not going to work for me. So really taking care of the lashes and eyebrows and things that I do have makes more sense than to get extensions put in. And this is just a nude lip liner that I'm using to kind of blur out the cracks and the lines on my lips. And then I'll use a darker brown to actually trace that color. This is a lipstick lip gloss I just found that's relatively inexpensive from Revlon, and it works really, really well. And I found that I needed some more blush, so I put just another layer of that blush. And that, again, is the Peach Cream Blush from Fenty. All right, now to the hair. I had twisted and pinned them up, so right now I'm taking out the pins. I always wrap my hair at night, whether it's a wrap or whether it's twisted up like this or any other design, so that it will look decent in the morning. So I'm literally just taking out the bobby pins. After a while of just like wrapping the hair, it loses a little bit of volume. So occasionally wrapping it in a twist like this with the pins creates a little more volume back than just like the straight flat look. Then I used the Mizani H2O, a very, very, very small amount, mostly along my edges and my ends. And then I'll comb it out. It does create a nice shine, and I do have a wash day coming up in about 5 days. So I don't mind if it's slightly a little heavier than I would like. So after I take the pins out, I'll wrap it back up, and not for any length of time, just for the sake of keeping it smooth. And the time that it sits there and I'm smoothing it out, I'll apply a little more of the Mizani just to seal in those edges. I'll put my earrings in, and just that amount of time alone is enough. And then I'll comb it out, and I'm going to be done for work. Done and ready for work. Hope you found some new products that you love. These work for me. Have a great day, everybody.